You've arrived at the highest perspective that you've been in this life and any other previous life. Where you are now is exactly where you wanted to be. There is nowhere else you would like to be, even if it seems so from your limited perspective. But from the higher perspective, everything has worked out perfectly to bring you to where you are now among the highest perspectives of anyone living in this world at this time. From that higher perspective, you have more clarity and you're more receptive to inspiration. The inspiration will lead you forward to the most elegant unfolding of your pre-birth intentions. But you have to act. You have to realize fear is going to pop up. You have to look at that fear and realize it's based in a limiting belief. Take a look at that limiting belief, process that limiting belief. Prove to yourself that that belief is not true, that the fear is just hesitation and doubt coming from a belief system that's rooted in the illusion of separation. Without that illusion of separation, there would be no fear, and you would exist as you intended to exist in this reality. However, for all of you on this call now, and basically every human alive now, that would be boring because you are adventurers, explorers, mavericks. You came to challenge this system. What could you become as you raise your perspective within an illusion of separation as intense as this one? No one knows. The possibilities are endless. Your potential for discovery, for traveling a journey of discovery, to discover everything that you thought you knew was based in a perspective that was limited, i.e., none of it was true. When you question those beliefs that limit you, you will come to realize that none of those beliefs are true. They're just based in the illusion of separation. And that fear, just like the illusion of separation, is also an illusion. When you act on more inspiration, you will have experiences that prove to yourself that fear is an illusion, that there is nothing to fear, that the fear is just providing a little context, a little weight to lift. But when you get good at this, when you get confident, when you understand that that fear prior to acting on inspiration was always an illusion, and you start acting on inspiration and you see for yourself it's an illusion, it has no power, it is not true, there is nothing to stop you. All limitation is self-imposed by a belief system that you're holding on to. And when you challenge those beliefs, when you process those beliefs, when you prove to yourself those limiting beliefs are not true and those empowering beliefs are very true, you shift that mental construct, you create a new perspective, and from that you emit a new vibration. That new vibration may not bring you what you think you want from this perspective, but it'll bring you more of what you truly want. And we can sum it up with one word: connection. In an illusion of separation, it seems like being separate could be the safer option. But the truth is you are connected. You are one. You are one thing. You are each playing roles in one thing. You are each exploring for one thing. And to understand that you are this one thing, this unity, this mass consciousness, this cadre of mavericks and adventurers and explorers, all working together to lift yourselves out of this illusion, then you know you have nothing to fear. All fear will leave you when you return to the non-physical. It cannot come because there is no illusion of separation. The experience of fear is what you wanted to explore. Could you overcome it, or would you be captivated by it? Would you, as a limitless being, allow yourself to be limited? To move to these heights of perspective is to literally move into lighter, freer, faster, funner densities, where the illusion starts to lessen. And many of you are noticing your cognitive, non physical, spiritual senses coming online, your clairs. The clairs can't come online at the lower densities. There's too much pressure. There's too much fear. There's too much misunderstanding about who you are. There's too much perceived separation. If you think about the clairs, you know something, you feel something, you hear something, you understand something, you communicate. If you're one consciousness, wouldn't that make perfect sense? To understand this unity, this oneness, is to understand who you truly are. And that's what you're here to explore. That's what you're here to discover. To come out of the illusion of separation, perceiving that you're an individual, isolated, alone, by yourself, to realizing you are all of it. And in the all of it, while it may be scary and challenge your current belief system, it is what you want and what you will return to when you return to the non-physical. You're just playing in a game that is not real. It seems real. But if you can operate from a higher perspective, knowing it isn't real, that it's just an experience, that it is an expansive experience, that there is nothing to do, there's no possible way to get it wrong, you're never going to get it done. But to heal that which you perceive limits you starts with an awareness that this is a game, an awareness that you are at one, an awareness that you can be, have and do anything, an awareness that you're connected fully. In that connection fully, it makes sense that you can communicate with each other. It makes sense that you can know things, that you can access infinite intelligence, that you can be, do, and have anything you want. You can start playing this game by new rules. And so, as you move along this week, we invite you to look at any area of your life where you're trying to exert some form of control, where you're trying to make the conditions outside of you look different than they are, when you're trying to prop up that identity in order to get what you think you lack. If you have everything now, and it's just a matter of seeing it and being aware of it to realize it in your life as a manifestation, then the only thing holding you back is the confusion of separation. But if you are aware that you are one, that awareness wipes away so much limitation. If you expect everything to work out for you in every moment, you move out of the illusion. If you realize that you are this master explorer, that you are revered and loved more than you can imagine, and that you're playing this game at the highest level ever, then nothing is off limits to you. Then you become aware of your own limitations. What do you think you can't do? What do you think you wouldn't do? What do you think prevents you from having, being, and doing whatever you want? What do you think that is? Why don't you have everything you want in every area of your life? You are certainly worthy of it. You are certainly entitled to it. You are certainly deserving of it. And we say, and everyone else says, you're free to have it. What do you think prevents you from having, being, and doing anything you want? It's that illusion of separation that causes fear, that prevents you from acting when you receive inspiration. You have doubt. Is this the right thing to do? Should I make this choice? Should I do this thing? What happens if something goes wrong? Oh, what happens if something goes wrong? Question from a victim perceiving that wrong could happen, that something outside of them could happen to make them feel negative emotion. At this level where you all are now, whether you're on this call now or listening at a later date, you are beyond that way of thinking. You are in a new paradigm. You have shifted radically to be here now. There is much energy that you have absorbed. There's no way you could be on this call now or listening to this information if you were not among the highest perspectives of the world. It's not possible. You did not get here by accident. You do not misunderstand any of it. You are at the highest level that's ever existed in perspective in one group. And together, this group, as you share on Facebook and you send out your emails and you gather at retreats and you join in courses, together, this group brings more energy through their shift in perspective than anything else that's happening on this planet right now. You are being closely observed and watched, and it's a thrill to watch you. You couldn't imagine how popular you are in the universe. And when you return to the non-physical, you'll remember it. But if you could remember it now, if you could just lift that perspective to understand the brilliance of all of you, then the illusion would disappear. Then this would be a game. Then you would just play by completely different rules and nothing would affect you. Of course, you'll have the manifestation events because there are beliefs that you're coming to work through. You will have the physical issues because there is a support system in that body to make you aware of where you're resisting. You'll have manifestation events to point out limiting beliefs that are hindering you from acting on inspiration. All of these things are wanted. They're all gifts. When you see that from the highest perspective, as the creator of your reality, then you can utilize those gifts to bring in the information that will allow you to shift your perspective even higher. So understand where you are. The perfect place. You never realized that you could get here. It was a crapshoot. It was odds stacked against you, but you made it. And now that you've made it, it's time to stop operating in a radically new way, in a completely new approach to life, where you own that you are the creator of your reality. And with that, we'd like to talk to you about anything you'd like to talk about. Who'd like to start?